Chicago police and the mayor remain outraged after prosecutors abruptly dropped all charges against Jussie Smollett. The Empire actor was charged last month with 16 felony counts after allegedly staging a hate crime attack against himself. But all those charges have been dropped. Smollett maintains that he was a victim and that the charges against him were false. The city's mayor, Rahm Emanuel, called it a whitewash of justice, while Chicago's police union wants the Justice Department to step in and investigate. CBS News correspondent Adriana Diaz is following the story.
Mr. Smollett is still saying that he is innocent, still running down the Chicago Police Department. How dare him?
Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel could barely contain his outrage at the decision to drop charges against actor Jussie Smollett.
This sends an unambiguous message that there is no accountability, and that is wrong.
Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson says his department was blindsided.
It's Mr. Smollett who committed this hoax, period. If he wanted to clear his name, the way to do that was in a court of law so that everyone could see the evidence.
Smollett's attorneys said his record was wiped clean of the 16 felony counts of disorderly conduct, each punishable by up to 3 years in prison. The actor remained unapologetic while maintaining his innocence.
I've been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one.
Prosecutors accused Smollett of lying to police about being attacked in the middle of the night by 2 white men who shouted racist and homophobic slurs. But it was these 2 brothers who admitted under oath that Smollett paid them to do it.
I would not be my mother's son if I was capable of one drop of what I have been accused of.
Investigators have said the 36-year-old, who's openly gay, made the report to get publicity in hopes of gaining a larger salary on the TV drama Empire. State prosecutor Joe Magatz is the person who made the decision to drop the charges. He believes Smollett made up the allegations, but says the nonviolent case qualifies for community service and a financial penalty, which he says is common practice.
So you believe he's guilty?
Yes.
So why drop the charges?
Our priority is violent crimes and the drivers of violence. Jussie Smollett is neither one of those.
And is community service and $10,000 enough to wipe this clean?
I feel that it is.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman calls the latest twist beyond unusual.
You would think that you would have restitution here. You would admit guilt. You would do an apology to the entire city of Chicago. None of that happened here.
Lawyers for the city of Chicago are now trying to determine if they can legally release evidence in the investigation, despite the judge sealing the case. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Chicago.
And Jesse Weber joins me now on set. He's an attorney and host of the Law and Crime Network. So prosecution pushed forward the reason that he's a first-time nonviolent offender and got these charges dropped. Is that normal?
Then why did they present it to a grand jury to move forward with a trial? They should have had this determination weeks ago. Something doesn't make sense. You don't have charges dropped. They're dropped for one of 3 reasons. Either one, there's some bombshell exonerating evidence clearing him. That's clearly not the case. 2, they felt there was insufficient evidence after reviewing everything to proceed and that they'll win at a trial. That doesn't seem likely in light of everything that we know, and the Chicago Police Department says that they have more evidence coming forward than was made public. Or C, there was some deal made that no one can explain 24 hours later, and I think that's where we're at right now.
Because it's a little strange. You know, Smollett's attorney asked for the case to be sealed. The prosecution didn't seem to fight it. That was sealed. I mean, do you think potentially we may never know if there was a deal and what happened?
See, the thing is, he had a right to have it sealed. The question is, why was it sealed? You know, a lot of times when we talk about the Mueller case, a lot of information was sealed and not made public because we were thinking maybe there's incriminating information about other people that they might indict at a later point. Maybe there's information that can't be made disclosed to the public. Here it seems to be that they don't want it to get out because something doesn't make sense. And unless he were to file a lawsuit against the Chicago Police Department or the state attorney's office saying that they improperly investigated him, charged him, where if the litigation happened, then all of that information can come forward, there's a strong possibility we'll really have no idea exactly what happened.
I want to turn now and ask you about Stormy Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti, being charged with wire, bank fraud, and extortion. Our Jerika Duncan actually had an exclusive interview. I want to play for you what he had to say to her.
You say you were working on behalf of your client, but you were also telling Nike, according to this complaint, you either hire me or I'm going to say something.
If what they've alleged constitutes extortion, you're going to have to go around the country and arrest tens of thousands of lawyers in this country for extortion.
But there are legal experts who say you crossed a line.
Well, and there's legal experts that say that I was well within the line as an aggressive attorney. There's many that say that. And the fact of the matter is, this was not extortion. People make threats all the time. People make threats all the time in connection with trying to settle a case.
What was
Whether
it?
it be, what's that?
You said it was not extortion.
It was not extortion.
What was it?
It was attempting to settle and resolve a dispute on behalf of a client and make sure that the right thing was done.
Is this true? This happens all the time with lawyers?
This is not how the law works, okay? We live in a day and age where we have Michael Cohen and Michael Avenatti. This is not how law is supposed to be operating. He's also not the same lawyer as everybody else. He has a platform unlike everybody else. So to go forward and try to get money from a giant corporation or threatening them with releasing damaging or criminal conduct and saying that this information is going to come to light, no, it doesn't work that way. Yes, you can threaten somebody with a lawsuit, usually when you're trying to get them to stop a certain behavior, but not to obtain money in exchange. That is why there's a difference between extortion and trying to settle a case. And if anybody should know it, it should be a high-profile attorney like Michael Avenatti.
Before you go, I want to ask you about Patriots owner Robert Kraft.
Sure.
The charges of prostitution solicitation. He has asked for a jury trial to go forward. We know the police have said that there is video evidence. Is that going to be a key piece in this case? And do you think it'll be admitted as evidence?
I think it's the whole case right there. If they have him on tape entering that spa and they have him on tape engaging in sex acts and exchanging money, I mean, what more do you need? It's better than an eyewitness if everybody gets a chance to see it. The defense is going to try to keep it out and saying it was a violation of his constitutional rights, his Fourth Amendment rights to privacy. It's going to be a fight back and forth, but clearly what he's trying to do is take a gamble and risk it all, because if he pleads guilty right now, he's going to lose his team.
And he does not want to do that.
He does not want to do that.
Jussie Weber, thank you very much for joining us, Jussie.
Thank you.